Desert! Stupid desert! Stupid desert! Stupid desert! Bumpy rock time. Let's put this image stabilization to the test. Stabilization again. You see what I see? It's a boat! My scrotum hurts. My whole fucking scrotum is numb. Hi, folks, and welcome to a raw test quality video of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'm recording at 4K 60 FPS, and this whole entire video, the last video leading up to 1000, and then the final big conclusion to this stupid series, the world's most stupid, pointless, brain cell loss. I lost my glasses. Why don't these ever stay on my head? The final conclusion to the world's most stupid, pointless, brain cell loss series ever known to YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hi! And before we end this series, I'm gonna give a shout out to MadJack91 because he comments on every damn video, literally 30 seconds after I put up the video here, he commented on it. One of the videos was up for literally a minute, and then I see a notification 30 seconds ago. MadJack91! It's like he's just refreshing the page a million times every day waiting for me to put up a new video or something. Or maybe he does have a smartphone instead of a stupid phone like he said he has. And he gets notifications, and the second that he got a notification from the stupidity has uploaded another video. And then he immediately goes straight to it and leaves a comment. So shout out to MadJack91 for being the most persistent, quick, and dedicated, committed commenter in all of YouTube comment history. Also, shout out to Magnetic. The stupid Swedish ballsack blocked me again. He's on his period. Hi, Sweden. And now allow me. Oh, stupid boat. Stupid desert. I don't know who else to give a shout out to. Like, whenever I think of, like, 2 or 3 people, it's either Mad Jack or Alex the Swedish ballsack. Damn it. Wasn't expecting to find an abandoned boat in the middle of my fart. Damn it. Why am I doing this? I'm gonna make myself trip on something. I'm getting nauseous. I would never be able to go out on the sea. I'd be blowing chunks everywhere. Luckily, I didn't eat anything. I'm getting nauseous. I'm not just saying that. I only say I'm getting nauseous if I'm actually legitimately getting nauseous, and I ain't getting fucking nauseous. Why am I doing this to myself? I don't think I'm gonna puke. I just feel nauseous. Damn it. I had too much green tea. Oh, stupid caffeine. Stupid balls. So if you haven't already noticed, I am currently seeing how well the image stabilization is, optical and digital image stabilization into one, because with this iPhone 14 Pro Max, I'm coming from the iPhone 12 Pro, just the Pro, not the Pro Max. So there's two reasons why I got a new iPhone. Number one, I was waiting for them to finally do something with the notch. And I'm not talking about, I gotta piss. I'm gonna go piss on the boat. Give me a second. Don't pee on the floor, use the cupboard door. Yeah, la, 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 la. Pee on the boat. Boat needs pee. Pee on the boat. Boat is thirsty. Pee on the boat. I'm peeing on the boat. I'm rocking the boat. I'm probably gonna fall. I'm gonna piss on myself. Here we go. Whee! Alright, back to the boat. So I'm testing, as I do with every new camera. I'm testing out everything from the stabilization to the audio quality. How well does it handle large amounts of obnoxious noise? All that good stuff. Not to mention the focusing. Let's test out this focusing. Autofocusing is pretty quick, because it does also have the LiDAR depth sensor. And another thing I've noticed, okay, I want to finish what I said earlier before I move on. The main reason, there's two reasons why I got the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Number one, they finally did something about the stupid notch cutout that's on the top of the screen. They didn't get rid of it, but they redesigned it and they made it even smaller. Because when the iPhone 13 came out, the notch was still there. They made it a little bit shorter, but it was not really super noticeable. Like anything to getting rid of the notch is an improvement, but it was such a little improvement. It was just a teeny bit shorter. I'm like, why? I don't even want to get this stupid iPhone. I don't want it. I don't want to get another iPhone until they really do something significant as far as getting rid of the notch. The second reason I got it is because my last iPhone, the earpiece speaker was practically blown out. Like, it would still work. Like, it worked, but it was really muffled and noisy sounding and quiet. And I don't know how that happened. I think it might have been during the earlier days of the pandemic, and I was paranoid and I was just sanitizing everything. So every single time I would go out and then I would come home, I would wash my hands like 10 times, and then I would take some of those disinfectant wipes and wipe my phone down from top to bottom. And those disinfectant wipes, I thought that these phones were water resistant, damn it. Like, what is up with that? I'm guessing it's not resistant to alcoholic wipes, because I wiped down the screen and the whole entire phone, front to back, side to side. And I also obviously wiped the earpiece speaker area. And I did that like literally every single time I would go out. And I guess that it's not resistant to alcoholic wipes. Maybe the ingredients, the alcohol or some other ingredients seeped into the thing, because there's mesh. There's little mesh nettings on the speakers and the microphones and all that noise to basically, it blocks water from getting into it. But it's not 100%. Like, you can dunk it under water for a few seconds and it probably won't do anything. That little net, the mesh netting, blocks out just about all the water, as long as you're not going scuba diving with it or something. But I'm guessing, from my personal experience, if you're gonna wipe down your phone with disinfectant wipes or whatever, I mean, personally, I would, if you're that much of a germaphobe, I would probably just say get one of those UV lights. They have one of those they have a bunch of those UV sanitizers where you just pop it open. It looks like a book, like the small ones that are meant for phones. It just pops open and you put your phone in, you close it, you turn it on, and then the UV light just shines all over it, and then you flip the phone over, close it, do it again, and it disinfects, kills any germs or bacteria that's on it. I think it kills like 99% of germs, viruses and bacteria and all that. So, that's something that I was thinking about getting, because, even if you don't wipe, like if you use those alcoholic wipes and you don't get it on the speaker or any other area where like certain liquids could seep through it. Another thing that I forgot about is that there's usually, with most of these phones, they have this fingerprint resistant coating, and you're gonna ruin the coating. And I'm not sure exactly what that would do, other than just make the phone more prone to smudges and fingerprints and all that. But yeah, on the iPhone 14 Pros, at least the Pros anyway, the standard 14s are literally just a 13. There's like maybe a 2% difference. Like there's just, the 14s are just a rebranded 13. The 14 Pros are where all of the magic is. They finally redesigned the notch. Finally, it's no longer a notch, it's a little pill cutout. I was hoping that it would have been a little bit smaller, but it is what it is. It's still smaller, and at first I didn't really know how I felt about it, but now I'm kind of used to it and I don't mind it. I don't like it, but at the same time, I don't really care anymore. It's not like back with that other giant notch that I had on the iPhone since pretty much the iPhone X came out. They had that giant bolt-shaped notch cut out on the top of the screen. I never liked that. That's why I was so hesitant to get one in the first place. But then they got, for the 14 Pros, there's a new little pill cutout. And what makes it even better, because like there is so much more I want to talk about with this phone as we are testing everything on this thing, including the focusing. Look at that focusing. The whole entire background is completely blurred. Look at that. That is incredible. Just the focusing is flawless, folks. It really is. There's another thing that I've noticed ever since the iPhone XS. From the iPhone XS onward, every new iPhone that has come out, the cameras keep getting a little bit bigger. So basically, the iPhone X and XS, they still had the little pill-shaped camera, and it only had 2 cameras. And then the iPhone 11 Pro came out, and that's when they added 3 cameras, and it kind of just turned into a clusterfuck of a mess of cameras and whatever. But the cameras on the iPhone 11 Pro were noticeably bigger than on the X and XS. And they were just circles, like separate cameras, circular cameras. They're all separate from each other. And then iPhone 12 Pro, same thing. The cameras looked practically identical, but they were a little bit bigger than the 11 Pro. And that's when they added the LiDAR depth sensor. And then when the iPhone 13 Pros came out, once again, the cameras were a little bit bigger, just a little bit, but they were still a little bit bigger. And now it's the same trend with the iPhone 14 Pros. The cameras once again have gotten a little bit bigger. These cameras are gigantic. If they continue this trend, folks, they keep making the cameras on the iPhone. I've never even seen an Android phone that have had cameras this big. It's going to get to the point of where if they continue making the cameras bigger on every iPhone every year, it's going to reach a point where I'm going to be wondering if I'm buying a phone or am I buying a camera? Folks. So yeah, as I said, this is the iPhone 14 Pro Max, 128 gigabyte, space black I don't remember what it's called. It's the black color. I don't remember if it was called Space Black or Obsidian or something like that, but I love the black color on this one because it's not a dark gray color. I don't like gray or silver or whatever. It's just, if I had to choose, I would either choose white or black. Like gray is a mix of both, and it's very bland looking. I don't like it. That's why I would prefer white or black. And now with this new color, there's a hair on the lens. With this new color, it's pitch black. So that's why I don't even know what other colors there were. I think there's a purple color or something, and then the usual gold and silver. But the black one, definitely, it looks flat out ninja status. It looks so stealthy, and especially getting a black OtterBox Defender case for this bad boy. It is a very, very stealthy looking phone. It almost reminds me of that car from those old movies. I'm trying to remember what that movie was called. It's basically it's an old movie from like the 70s or the 80s or something, that black car. It was like a smart car, and it was like a damn tank, and it had a mind of its own. It just reminds me of that. I can't think of what the name is right now. I'm tired, but I'm really hyper for some reason. Well, that reason is because I'm finally doing this last video. I've been wanting to do this video forever, and now we're doing it. Stupid boat. Stupid ball sack. You can't, you'll never know if some of that water is muddy water, or if it's my pee. I'll never tell you. Just use your imagination. I'm just swirling up the pee into a little mud smoothie. Oh, it was the final ingredient to my ultimate super powered mud butt smoothie. Let's do a little bit more focusing test. Focus. Bogus. This is like studio quality. This is so cool. Because these cameras keep getting bigger and bigger, the focusing is becoming more and more drastic. Look at that focusing. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it! That is perfect focusing. This is auto-focusing too. Look at this. It can focus so well. Even on little things. This is what I loved about the iPhone 12 Pro camera when they had the LiDAR depth sensor. It helps focus even more accurately. Look at that. I'll look away. Look back here. Look away. Look back here. So, this video is already long enough as it is, so I might as well just keep going. So I'm gonna tell you how to be a dick. No, really, I'm gonna talk about the stupid mini bike. So I've had this mini bike for a while now, nothing new there. And what I was trying to do, because it really, I wanted to be out here and had this video done like 2 or 3 hours ago. But what ended up happening is that I rode this thing last night and it was fine. And then I decided to go out today to do this video and ride the mini bike out to the middle of nowhere. And the chain just suddenly started screwing up a lot. Like it kept like rumbling, and the chain kept popping off little bits at a time, like on the sprocket. And it was just like fucking up the chain and the sprocket because it was so damn loose, foot loose. I was like, what the hell? It was perfectly fine last night. I guess whatever. That's the thing I don't like about these. They're such a headache. Like, they're fun. They're so fun. They're addicting. I love riding these stupid things. But it's like you ride them 5 times and then, oh, something broke. Or gotta fix this, gotta replace that, gotta adjust that, gotta do this or that. Like, these things are always constantly requiring maintenance. Because it's like one day you ride it, everything's fine, and then the next day you go out for another ride and everything's broken, or it won't even start, whatever. As you can see, the clutch, I don't know if these markings on the clutch is from the chain. It might be, because the chain was really loose. It was like foot loose. It's like you could now that you can see this, the chain is perfect. Now, this chain is as stretched as it's gonna get. So from this point onward, it's probably just gonna break. Even though I keep it lubed, I keep everything lubricated and adjusted properly. But it was so loose that you could see it right there. Even with the tensioner back as far as it'll go, you could still see the chain sagging a little bit. And when I would move the bike back and forth, you'd see the top of the chain just bouncing around, just like flopping around like a flaccid dick. And it was also causing a little bit of scuffing on the teeth of the sprocket. You can see right here. Let's try zooming in. With 4K 60 FPS, I can only zoom in ×6, otherwise normally it goes up to 9. But I like recording in 4K at 60 FPS now. That's like the new standard. So before we go on any further with that, let's see how far we can zoom in. So this is as far as I can zoom. Zooming is super buttery smooth. I can't believe it's not butter. I hear a bunch of farting going on over there. It's dirt bikes going around. Now, one thing that I have not figured out is when you start manually focusing, I don't know how to make it go back to autofocus, damn it. It's like basically once you tap on it, it's basically when you tap on it, it just goes to manual. The only way to go back to autofocus is to stop the video and close the damn camera and open it again. Otherwise, I have to keep tapping all the time. Whatever. Just manual focus from this point onward. So yeah, anyway, that's basically, still can't switch between normal cameras and the wide angle camera at 4K 60 FPS. I hope that they fix that in the future, because that's basically the only things I would like to be improved with these cameras, is to be able to record 4K 60 FPS and be able to zoom in all the way. Because it's like, for example, right now I can only zoom in times 6 and it goes all the way up to 9. 69. And also, it doesn't let me go to the wide angle camera. Now, something that was something I noticed on my other Android phone, my Galaxy S22, is that you can record 4K 60 FPS. You can record 4K at 60 FPS in wide angle 4K high frame rate video. Now, I don't remember if I can do that on this phone or not. Why would I not be able to? I'm actually gonna look at that, but I don't know. You know, I don't want to stop this video yet because I still have more to talk about. Farts. But either way, if they could just have those teeny little improvements, like being able to switch to the wide angle at 4K 60 without having to start a whole new clip, just switch between all the cameras, have it be fully seamless like that. Because right now you can only switch between all 3 cameras. You can go to wide angle, then regular, then telephoto camera. You can only do that at 1080p, unfortunately. And you can also only have in maximum zoom. I'm missing out on 3 times zoom, damn it. Or whatever. As I was saying, with the mini bike, is that the chain was really loose and it was scraping up the teeth on the sprocket. And also, if you can't already tell, the chain itself was getting kind of scraped up. It was just flopping all over the place. And then same thing with the clutch. You see all these scuff marks on the clutch cover right here. This clutch, because it was most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if the top part of the chain was doing it, but it was probably both. The chain right here was probably just like moving back and forth and smacking the clutch cover as I was riding around. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it! Look how close the chain is to touching the clutch. Look at that. There's like barely a half a centimeter of room. So that's why this chain has to be Guten tight. Because look at that. So it was basically just like flapping back and forth, like side to side, and smacking the clutch. So what I ended up doing is that since the chain is already stretched to pretty much maximum capacity, I had to cut off one of the links in order to tighten the chain, because the tensioner was already far back as it can go, so I couldn't tighten that anymore. I couldn't even push the motor forward to tighten the chain that way, because those are the 2 ways to tighten or loosen the chain, is either just slide the tensioner back and forth, or if the chain is really stretched out, you can move the whole motor back and forth, so move it forward to tighten it more. And neither of that was working. because even with the motor pushed as far forward as I could and the chain tensioner, it was still really foot loose. So I cut off one of the links on the chain and then I put it back together. And I left the mounting bolts for the motor loosened. I left that loosened just so I could put the chain in the perfect tightness. So after I put the chain back on and then it was kind of loose, I just foot loose. I just pushed the motor forward until I had the right amount of tightness for the chain, and then I tightened down the mounting bolts for the motor, I tightened the tensioner, and now it's good. It's good. It's golden. It's golden. Luckily I did that sooner rather than later. Otherwise, I may not have only needed a new chain, but maybe a new sprocket and a new clutch. Maybe a new front sprocket too. Who knows? If your chain is loose, foot loose. Why do I keep saying that? I've never even seen that stupid movie. Anyway, yeah. I'm kind of spacing off at this point. But like I said, if you don't maintain the chain, then it's just going to screw everything up. So that's why you gotta make sure the chain is lubricated and properly tightened. I don't know anything. But anyway, I'm going back on the boat. Screw you. All aboard, Captain. Stupid ball sack. Yeah, what's in this dumb booty? Hey, boo-boo. God. Gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness gracious. Wee! Wee! Ah! Stupid desert. I don't know what's in there. What are you walking? What the hell are you looking at? Yeah, it smells like piss. Oh. Five full thumb. I'm a giant. Yar, yippity-dee. Being a pirate is hard with me. Don't you want that the pirate is free? You are a pirate. Well, that was a nice leg workout. Oh, I need to do more cardio. Well, speaking of cardio, I can do it right now. As soon as I stop wheezing. Okay, let's do this. Stabilization test, jogging. Oh. Man. Well, I think I've more than proven my point. This video is already almost an hour long, but I wanted to make the video. This is why I prefer to use my other sunglasses that I don't care about. These are brand new, for fuck's sake. Anyway. So I wanted to make this video longer, even though I've more than proven my point at this point. But this is the last video until the grand finale of this stupid series. So I wanted to make this a big one. I wanted to make this one an extra big one. Extra big and juicy. Like my burgers. I love big and juicy burgers. And big and juicy boobies. Oh. So yeah, that concludes this stupid video. This raw video test of the iPhone 14 Pro Max at 4K 60 FPS. I hope you didn't enjoy this video, because if you did, then go yourself. Alright, I'll see you in Being Stupid 1000. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. See ya, forks.